Thank you so very much for joining us here, everybody. This is Chief Meteorologist Tyrese J. Lawson joining you here on this Friday night here. The time now is 11:43 p.m. here, and we are just now getting some new weather headlines put in place here because we have looked at some recently latest computer models on what we'll be expecting here in the weather department for the next several days here. And again, we are watching low pressure system that's going to gather moisture. That's going to gather moisture and move out of the Gulf, and it's going to give us some rain here in the middle of South Carolina. Here, it's just going to start off by saying if we're going to have a nice Saturday, which is tomorrow, a nice AM and a nice afternoon. It's not until we get around 8 o'clock tomorrow night is when we're going to see most of the rain. Heavy rain moves in Saturday p.m. anytime after 8 o'clock through 12 o'clock p.m. Sunday. So if you're going to church here on Sunday morning, you're going to need a jacket and an umbrella because it's going to be very rainy here. And by the time you get out of church, most of the rain will be going off. And for some of you to get to church 12 o'clock, you could be seeing some misty rain. And some heavy rain will be in place in the southern middle, include Clarendon, Orangeburg, and Sumter counties and so on. But after all is said and done, after this big low pressure wrap up, we're expecting 1 to 2 inches of rain here. So if we get this 2 inches of rain here, we have to watch out for flash flooding. We still on the 1 inch side, then we will not really have to worry about that because flooding can happen any place. We have seen some heavy rain last weekend, so we're going to see it again. So we could be seeing some flash flooding. And if the track take it into the upstate, most of the heavy rain could be found on the upstate, like the latest computer models say. But earlier they were saying right in the central Midlands will be bulk of the activity. So that is later to be determined. We're going to break this down tomorrow. We're going to put it down, be more specific and detail it on what's going to happen here. We can see a possible thunderstorm or two. That's not out of the question, but most of this will be just heavy showers and rain. Temperatures for the next 7 days will be close to average. It will not be no such thing as a roller coaster ride. It will be nice and perfect. Now, interesting weather. As we go into next week, you can be seeing a little bit of this falling out of the sky. Yes, some snowflakes moving out of the sky here because we are going to see a different weather pattern set up as we're going to be seeing some. Well, you can say this is the try my best to do. But I can show you the next map. Here, we're going to be seeing some snowflakes. I'll explain that in just a little bit, folks. But here's a look at your current surface map right now. You can see what we are seeing on the current surface map. We are seeing high pressure that's in control right here. We are seeing with the Gulf, and we see a low pressure. We're going to see a low pressure to get in the Gulf, work its way up like this. It's going to have a warm front tailing with it. And with this warm front, if this warm front move, because the low pressure is going to be moving like this is what the latest Fucast model say. The low pressure move like this, that means the warm front can get up like this. And it's going to continue to move up. And anytime you get in the warm sector, which is southeast of the storm, that means that you're going to see some severe weather. But I do think that this storm energy will stay mostly, I think the storm will gather moisture and move more like this. If it moves more like this right here and out to sea. But then again, let me erase it. Let me mark over it again because it was wrong. Okay, I think the storm will probably make a low pressure right here and move up like this and go out just like that. And hold the coast here. And if we can have some cold air, it can create some major snow here into the northeast and New England states. Up into this area, we can be seeing about 8 to 12 inches of snow here because we have enough cold air barred up into these areas, and that cold air is going to be fluctuating here with that. If you get those two colliding, it will be up in this area with some phase going to be going on. So we could be seeing some heavy snow totals here. So stay tuned here in the northeast because we will be looking at some power outages and some more different things here. But in the southeast, we're expecting again 1 to 2 inches of rain. Locally, some areas can see 3 to 5 depending on where these heavy showers and thunderstorms set up. Now, the severe weather, like I said, it all depends on the track of it. If it track further up in the upstate, that means that we can see some more severe weather in South Carolina. If it track closely in Columbia, only severe weather will stay confined to the coast, Florida Panhandle, and southeastern Georgia here. So with that being said, next week when I was telling you about the snow flurries, okay, what we're going to be having is a weak low pressure as it looks right now. Indications are that we're going to be seeing, okay, if I can get see this word. Okay, I don't understand what it's for, but indications are that we are going to be seeing changed it Okay. Indications are we're going to be seeing low pressure move again, but this time instead of the low pressure going like this is what this weekend. This weekend we're gonna have something like this. Now next weekend, instead of it going like this, you see, with this weekend, this would have been a nice snow for us here in South Carolina. But what happened was, let's put this right here, Saturday and Sunday. Shoot, taking all this time to do this. What happened this weekend is that most of the cold air stayed balled up here, and up in this area right here. This is where all the cold air stayed up at, and it didn't move down in time enough. Now next week we're gonna see more of a low pressure go like this, and when it do like that, it's gonna create, and the cold air is gonna be farther down here, and I think the 32-degree line, which is depending on your perspective on the cold weather. I think the 30-degree line came down to, okay, right here. And then we had that low pressure was right here, moving up right there. If that happened, we're going to see some cold air pushing down from this low pressure. Okay, if that happened, then we're going to see this low pressure continue to move up and throw back around some cold air, which is going to give us some rain. And with this, anything above this is going to be snow. And if the snow and ice line together, we could be seeing some ice here in the Southern Midlands. But that is not what we're saying now. We want you to stay tuned for more information and more on that, because it all goes back into snow flurries possible next week, and temperatures for the next 7 days will be close to average. And next week, temperatures will be going down. But whether or not we see this right here, and whether or not we'll be seeing, yes, the S word here in South Carolina. Well, 2 S words, snow and sun. We're going to be talking more about this as we get towards tomorrow, and later on right now I'm going to check the DFS model. Okay, before I show you your 7-day forecast, I want to let you show you your radar right here. This is a look at the radar, what we're expecting right here for tonight. Here you can see we're seeing a few showers into the southern part of. You're seeing a few showers. Okay, folks, could you give me a second here? Had a little problem here, but right here on this map, right here, we are seeing a few showers. Here we are seeing a few light showers that's going to start to wrap its little tail up here. You can see all this bits of showers. The Panhandle, we've seen the heaviest shower and thunderstorms here, right here towards New Orleans, south of New Orleans. We're getting this. This is what's going to be wrapping up, moving our way here. And currently, there's nothing here across South Carolina. High pressures in control, which is moving off. You can see most of the snow is blocked up into Canada. There's really not too much to say about our weather here in the United States. But as I put this into motion here, this is sky conditions. Blue means, well, that's your map right here. Okay, I'm gonna wait that go on. Okay. Green means rain, and darker color rain mixed right here in the snow. Snow is right here up, balled up into Canada, and you can see the green right here is for us. This is Friday. Well, in case you couldn't see, this is Friday at 11 o'clock p.m., which is now. We are seeing clouds moving in, very high thin clouds here. But as I put this into motion, just give it a second. Okay, I'm gonna talk while it's getting loaded enough. As we put this into motion, you will see that we will be seeing some rain move into our area as we go towards tomorrow. And this is a look at most of the U.S. right here. This is going to just explain what we expect in the U.S. You can see we are seeing some few showers off the West Pacific. We are seeing some off the Atlantic Ocean. We are seeing some snow into the northern part of Canada. And Canada is going to have to watch out for a major storm as we go towards next week. That storm that's going to give us this rain this weekend is going to turn into a major storm for the Atlantic City part of Canada here. And again, if we get this cold air in this area to bottle up and move down here, we get a low pressure to come up, we're going to get cold air coming down and warm air coming up. And when you get the colliding of two air masses, with that, most of the time you get ice, snow. So to next week will be a difficult time to say whether or not we're going to be getting snow. But as we get into the beginning of next week, we're going to be able to bottle it down and tell you this, and that, so we can be able to explain more in details on what we will be expecting here with the weather next week here. So we could possibly be seeing some snow. I'm not saying yes, we're going to see snow. I'm not saying we are not. There's a chance right now, as model's calling it, but again, as model gets closer, it always seems to pick up on what's going to happen, especially that this low pressure system. At first it was taken out to sea, but as it developed, the models catch on to the information and figure out that this and that was going to happen. Had a little longer time taking with this model right here, but this 59% here, and again, we want you to really pay close attention. This is a U.S. view, and you can see what's going on in Canada. So every state is named. South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, on up into the Canada area. So you can look at any kind of state in this right here. Will let you know what the weather is going to be like for your family members. Green means rain, moderate. The yellow means heavy rain. Blue means snow. And purple, the paint color means a mix. So if you have family in Canada, you can see what's going to be happening from now into Sunday, I believe, if this thing hurry up and develop. Okay, it's about to happen, folks. Again, we are going to wait. You can see some rain, like I said, is gathering up here into the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, it's in motion. 6 o'clock on Saturday, we are seeing some clouds still moving into the state of South Carolina. As you go towards 11 o'clock here on Saturday, we are seeing the moisture finally making it into Alabama here. We are seeing some snow in Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota. We are starting to see some snow there also. Moving to 12 o'clock here, you can see snow is coming down. Cold air is coming down, but we are getting this plume of moisture to ride itself up from the Gulf of Mexico. We in the southern stream, jet stream here. We gonna start it on 6 o'clock. Look at South Carolina. Still clear. Rain is still up to our west in Atlanta. And latest forecast models are taking the rain more into the upstate first than we previously thought. 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Still that much rain here. So maybe that 8 to 12 o'clock, we have to bump that 8 to about 12 o'clock tomorrow night because the rain still doesn't look like it's going to be here. Again, by 12 o'clock a.m., we are finally seeing some light rain here. Atlanta is getting booming with rain here. Add more time onto this, you can see 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. It is right down heavy rain into our area. It gets heavier. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, your church forecast, he gets up, you're ready for church. It's going to be nice. Cold air is still into the western part of the state, Colorado, South Colorado, North New Mexico. The Great Lakes regions are seeing some snow. Northern Maine are seeing some heavy snow too. Again, as this system moves, 10 o'clock Sunday, you can see we are still seeing some rain, and by the time we get to 4 o'clock, the clouds are out of our area. We are seeing sunshine. It's just what we have to look at on the back side of this storm, which can consist of some flurries in upstate in Georgia. But by the time the make does, it should dry up, become a dry front here. And by Monday, as the front makes its way towards us, we should be seeing the high, thin clouds in our area. I'm just gonna let it run. Moisture's pluming up here. 4 or 5 o'clock, the rain out in here. 11 o'clock, it finally moves in. It's light rain. And by the time we get to Sunday morning, it's very heavy. We're going to church. Backside of this moves in. And by the time we get the money, it will be a lot of light rain. Now, the main thing, I'm going to zoom back into the state of South Carolina so you can see a more specific look on what we're going to be seeing here. This is from sources of this is a source of the severe weather team here too. Here, okay, now this will be a better look on what we would be expecting here in South Carolina and put it down on where you living at here in South Carolina. Okay, you can see this is the last. Well, this is the one I'm letting you see. Well, that is low. You can see Summerton. The different areas in the state of South Carolina that we're going to be watching here, because now it's time for you. You saw how the United States forecast looked. Now it's time for you to see the statewide view here, even though that was cutting out Savannah, Georgia, but you know, you've seen rain that close, you'll know. But anyway, you see by tonight, which is right now Friday 11, you can see some clouds in the western Midlands here in Atlanta here, so we might get cooler than Atlanta tonight. We'll see some high thin clouds in the southern part of the state, Charleston, which is at 41 degrees right now because of the clouds that kept them down. We had a clearing period. Okay, this is a look right now. This is at Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. Rain is in Atlanta. Just getting in Atlanta. You can see eastern Atlanta, northeastern part of Atlanta. As we move this on the town. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I said 8 o'clock on. We're seeing some light rain moving to the western part of the state here. But again, put this into motion. So by 8 o'clock, yes, there is a good opportunity at any time after 8 o'clock you can see some rain. But look at this. Atlanta's getting downpours. Upstate getting downpours. We're seeing a few showers developing here at 12 o'clock. And after 12 o'clock, it's going to be a miserable. 3 o'clock, we're seeing some rain moving, mostly light rain. But as we move towards 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, the rain is here, and it's here for about 4 or 5